Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming temperature pattern, the spring-like conditions for the eastern United States, and how long those could stick around. Now, before I get started with this video, though, I would ask that you do subscribe if you do like weather-related content, and also make sure to share this video with your friends, family, and social medias. Now, yesterday's comment of the day was, what do you think my favorite movie is? So today, I'm going to be asking you guys what your favorite movie is, and I will be picking one of those that I like the most for tomorrow's video. Now, my favorite movie, I wanted to tell you guys, is The Mission. It's a movie from the 1980s, and it features Robert De Niro and Jeremy Irons. If you've seen it, let me know. I know it's not a very popular movie, but I think it's a complete work of art. I love the music in it as well. So let me know if you've seen that movie. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let's get right into the video though. So we're going to be looking at our GEFS model, which is our GFS ensemble model. And this was a couple days ago. This was back on Saturday morning. So you can see we were just dealing with some very cool conditions for the eastern United States. And then here's where we're at as of this morning at about 2 a.m. And you can see that we have very warm conditions that have moved into the eastern United States. So complete night and day there. Over just the weekend, what's shifted in the temperature pattern. We've gone from below average to above average, and we're mostly going to be talking about in this video how long those above average temperatures could stick around. Now we're about to move on, and we're going to start looking towards later in the middle portions of this week, which is going to be very interesting. I expect that things are going to stick around for quite a while though. And this is going to be by about 8 p.m. tonight, and you can see it's going to be the same story. We're going to be dealing with warmer conditions basically from the Dakotas down through Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and you can see basically the halfway mark of Texas all the way eastward to the eastern seaboard there. We're all going to be above average temperatures, and especially there along the eastern seaboard and then along the Gulf seaboard there as well. All those kind of more reddish, deeper red colors and then into the pinks. That's where we're dealing with largely above average temperatures, upwards of 8 to 16 degrees above average Celsius. So well above average conditions, definitely going to be noticeable. You're going to feel very warm as we're going to be having spring-like conditions. It's going to feel a lot more like April, maybe even May, than it does March here to start things out. Let's move towards about 2 p.m. tomorrow, which is going to be Wednesday, March 4th. And you can see the warmer than average temperatures are sticking around there for the northeast and then the north central United States. The south central and southeastern United States kind of cools down a little bit. I would say that's about average. We have some warmer than normal conditions and some below normal conditions, but really very, very averaged out, I guess, if you were to make a summary of all of that. But really there is areas on both sides of the spectrum there. And let's move towards about 8 a.m. on Thursday, March 5th. I almost said February. And we can see that the warmer than normal conditions return for the southeastern United States, but maybe the mid-Atlantic cooling down more closer to average by this point, and then New England is also warm. So very interesting temperature pattern coming up with kind of like spotty cold, spotty warmth here. But overall, warmth is kind of the theme through the middle portion of the week. Now we're about to move on and take a look at maybe Friday into the weekend where things are going to start to turn a lot more cold, but really going to be just closer to average. And this is by about 2 a.m. on Friday, March 6th. And we can see those below average temperatures have kind of re-entered North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota. That's a very isolated region right there. We're going to be experiencing some below average temperatures. But just to your east, we are dealing with above normal temperatures through the New England states and Great Lakes states. And then again, kind of the deep south and southeast dealing with some close to average conditions, but maybe even below average. So very spotty temperature patterns, kind of isolated regions, localized temperature patterns, I would say. But mostly the Northeast and the Great Lakes states are going to be above average by this point, and then the Western United States, it appears. Let's move towards about 8 p.m. that night, though, on Friday. And you can see that the cold temperatures have returned to the eastern United States briefly here. The Great Lakes and some of the northeastern United States, but especially the southeastern United States and south central states there. You can see a lot of blue indicating the below average temperatures that have now made a return for the eastern United States for the first time in about a week by this point. Let's go ahead and move on towards 2 p.m. on Saturday. And you can see those chilly temperatures have kind of grown in strength, but not in space, because they're actually kind of shrinking and heading eastward. It's very progressive, which means it's moving from west to east very quickly, and almost only 24 hours later. We're already seeing this one pretty much move out, but it has strengthened by this point, so you can expect Saturday to maybe be quite chilly, but you can see just to our west and north, we do have some above average temperatures kind of on the way. Now we're about to move on towards later in the weekend, maybe towards Sunday, and take a look at what things are going to look like by that point. All right, and as you can see, this is going to be Sunday by about 2 p.m., and we can see that the warm temperatures for the Midwest and then through the northeastern United States have made a return. So again, a very progressive pattern that keeps changing from west to east, and we see the southeast is still trying to hold on to those average or slightly below average temperatures, but above average is the theme once again. Let's move towards about 2 p.m. on Monday, and you can see that that warmth really builds in. We're getting kind of to the extended range here, so the accuracy is going to start to kind of slowly become a little bit more fickle, but it does appear that early next week we could be dealing with another warm-up of some sort here for the southeast, the south central, and even up through the portions of the Midwest and then the northeastern United States as well. Let's move towards about 8 a.m. on Tuesday, March 10th, which is going to be 7 days from now, so about a week. And we can see that there's going to be well above normal temperatures, it appears here, for the eastern United States, indicated by those more pink shades there. The higher above normal temperatures, that's where we're at about maybe 12 to 16 degrees Celsius above average, so well above average temperatures there for the eastern United States. Cold building into the upper Midwest. Let's move towards Wednesday at about 2 a.m. and we can see the upper Midwest does get taken over by some of those below normal temperatures, but the eastern seaboard once again well above average temperatures. And then by 8 p.m. on this is going to be Wednesday, March 11th, we can see that the warm temperatures are still sticking around there for the eastern United States. So next week is going to be very similar to this week, it appears, where the weekend is kind of chilly to maybe near normal, but then earlier in the week and through the middle of the week, it's going to be above normal temperatures and quite warm, actually, it appears. And then by the time we reach maybe 8 p.m. here on Thursday, it's kind of looking spotty. The model is probably struggling with accuracy by this point. So we're going to go ahead and move on right now to NOAA's Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day forecast, and then their 8 to 14 day forecast to see how they feel about the upcoming pattern and see if they agree kind of with what we've stated in this video. All right, to get started with their 6 to 10 day forecast, you can see for the western United States, the extreme and immediate west coast there, they do have below average temperatures, but that's the only region, as we're going to be expecting warmer than normal conditions for much of the central and eastern United States. And this is going to be from March 8th through 12th, which was kind of the later dates in this video, kind of like the later dates we were covering there from the GEFS model. And it looks like they're in good agreement with what that model was showing. We have the well above average temperatures from Texas, Oklahoma through into the Great Lakes and to the mid-Atlantic and northeastern United States, with the southeast holding on to the cool air at times, so we're a little less confident in the cold there for the southeast. So I completely agree with their 6 to 10 day forecast here. I think it's very excellent forecast based on what we've just seen in the information provided. Let's go ahead and look at that 8 to 14 day outlook, and this is going to be from March 10th through 16th, so this is a little bit in the extended range, and it looks quite similar. That's kind of how it usually goes, and usually this changes and doesn't always look exactly like this because this is a little bit more of the extended range, so a little less accuracy here, but we're still looking at potential for the Great Plains and then the South Central United States, as well as up through the Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeastern United States for above normal temperatures through the middle portion of the month of March. So definitely a warm first half to the month, it appears here. Very, very warm conditions and very, very interesting. But again, in the 8 to 14 day outlook, it looks like maybe the southeast holds on to some of that cool air at times, or at least near average cool air, or at least near average air, which would tell us we're probably going to have maybe slightly above normal temperatures when it's all said and done, with all the days combined there. So for your comment of the day, I asked, what do you think my favorite movie is? It's kind of a random question, but I wanted to see if anybody could get close. And Darlene Shoemaker, sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but she said The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and that is surely my favorite movie that I saw in the comments. So that is a really, really good movie if you haven't seen it. I know it's kind of an old one, but everybody should have seen that one. That movie is a complete work of art. But again, also The Mission, the movie that I showed in the beginning of the video, make sure to try to find that movie if you can, if you have not seen it. I think that movie is excellent, and I love that movie dearly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, be sure to share it with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next video.